Hello and welcome to part 4 of Tote, or Tales of a Triantelope, if you want to extend the title of the blog. And I forgot what I was going to say there. Excellent start. It's going to be fairly short, fairly brief, fairly to the point actually, this blog today. It's going to be around probably 5-6 minutes hopefully, if I can keep it to that, if I can keep it brief. No massive food analogies or anything like that. I just basically want to talk about my training week, the reasons why I'm doing an Ironman, and what I've got planned sort of for the week ahead. So it's going to be, it's going to be fairly short, like I say. Who knows? There's a bit of a calling, there's a bit of a cult following here for me to do a food blog. So who knows? There might be a special edition coming up of what a triathlete eats and what I put into my diet. To give you an example, I do burn about 4,000 calories a day on average nearly, so it's quite a lot. It's quite hard to keep calorie positive as well. Don't really want to be training on negative calories. It can have its benefits if you're having a high protein and low carb diet, slightly calorie deficient, as kind of experimented and rightly experimented through Team Sky. But I think you really want to be putting in your body as many calories that you burn. So there we are. There we have it. Which I was going to say, by the way, I nearly combined two words in one there, which would have been great. So what's been happening? Well, the beginning of the week I started with my second fastest ever 10k, and considering how I was feeling, I was absolutely over the moon with that, 37:32. So I've definitely got a PB in me. My PB currently is 36:55. That's with about 125 metre elevation, so it's not a flat course at all either. So I'm very, very, very happy with that. I think on a track I could probably do about 35 flat, so it's coming along well. And speaking of track, I did do a track session and ran a kilometre in 3:15 after doing 6 reps of between 250 and 330 metres. I did the 330 metres in 55 seconds, so again I was mega pleased with the speed in that, and I think my peak speed reached about 2:17 a kilometre. There's a real knack, there's a real challenge to going around the bend. Actually, that bend is never ending seemingly, and there's a real technique actually to dip in the left shoulder and maintaining that kind of form really, and the pressure it puts on the left Achilles and calf and the foot is quite extreme. So that was my first track session in 7 years, so thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think I'll be going back. So I think with that pace, I think I could probably do about a 16:30, 16:40, fully fresh, may even be slightly quicker. So I think that's where the 35 flat would come from on a track. So I'm pretty stoked with that kind of pace really, especially considering I've not been doing that much running in the last couple of months, 2 or 3 months. Probably only ran about 250k in about 3 months, and this month I have done 150 of those. So yeah, I've been waiting on the bike, but I think the gains are there on the bike, and I think it was the right decision. So yeah, this week I've managed 48k running and 311 on the bike, including an extra 10k today and an extra 86 on the bike today as well. So it's been a fairly busy 8 days. The majority of that has come in the last sort of 4 days as well. I think I've put in about 350 kilometres on the bike and about 33 running. No, about 35 running in the last 4 days, and I've only done that distance running wise in the last 3. So very, very happy with the training load. Felt a bit knackered on Saturday, if I'm completely honest, but felt better yesterday. I felt even better today, even with that training load. So just giving an example, 13k on the Saturday. And I'm not doing very well here keeping this to 5 minutes, but hey ho. Yeah, so I ran the 5k park run 18:20. happy with that. Wasn't going at full pace, so yeah, I can't moan at that. And then I did about 60, 70k on the bike. No, it was 74 actually on the bike. Then on Sunday, about the same on the bike, 11k run, and an 86 today, like I say, and an 11k run. So I'm happy with the pace. I ran a sub 43 today, so definitely improvements there, and improvements to be made as well. I'm feeling pretty positive. Also, this last week on Wednesday, the GCC Step Challenge started, so there's 90 teams taking part in our organisation, and we get put in teams of 7, and we do as many steps as we can do as a team and a group and as individuals in 100 days. So I'm on about 50,000 step average at the moment, hoping to keep that up. It would be really, really, really nice to win that competition if I can. But who knows, I've got to train properly and not get carried away with GCC, but it's been a very positive start so far. I even dragged myself out of bed at 6:30 in the morning on day 1 to put in a 36k cycle, so the dedication's there. And I did my track session, like I say, after work on the same day, so it's a fairly busy day, so that's why I was so pleased with my progress on the track. So GCC really, really did kind of change my life, really. It brought me into triathlon. I probably would have stopped running, I definitely wouldn't have started spinning, and I definitely wouldn't have bought the bike if it wasn't for that step challenge, because I just wouldn't have thought about spinning, I wouldn't have thought about getting a bike. I really don't think I would be sat here today delivering this blog, and I don't think I would have my passion for triathlon. I really didn't know what it was until kind of September last year, so I'm just absolutely grateful for that competition and for the members of my group letting me be captain as well, and kind of rallying and motivating you on. So thank you very much, because I absolutely love triathlon to bits. And this brings me on to Ironman. So what are the reasons for me doing an Ironman? Well, firstly, I do absolutely love triathlon. It is pretty much my life, my passion, my desire. You know, it does mean pretty much everything to me, triathlon. So as some of you may know, some of you may not know, but the reasons for doing an Ironman are really, really kind of personal to me, really. I want to try and raise money for rheumatoid arthritis. There's a family member who's got the condition. If you don't know what rheumatoid arthritis is, it's arthritis of the nervous system. You feel achy, you feel sore, and in some days you can't really move, and there's no cure to it either. So I would really, really like to raise money, as much money as I can, to try and find a cure for rheumatoid arthritis, because in some days, you know, most days, people are in pain through the condition. That pain can be nullified, it can be mitigated, but at the end of the day, the person still feels pain. So hopefully I can do it justice, and I can achieve my goal of doing an Ironman next year, you know, and really trying to improve on that swim. So it's quite personal to me, is this Ironman journey. Would I have done an Ironman anywhere? I really honestly don't know, if I'm honest, because I'm probably geared towards an Olympic distance triathlon. I should probably explain what an Ironman is as well. So it's a 3.9 kilometre swim, it's 180 kilometres on the bike, so 112 miles on the bike, followed by a marathon. So it's pretty tough, pretty grueling, and I think you've got to be quite insane or motivated, however you want to describe it, to do it. But I really want to do one, and I've set, because I'm stupid, I would love to do it in under 10 hours. I don't know whether I'll be able to fit in the training with a full-time job, because really you've got to train 20-25 hours a week. You know, this last week I've done 16. It's been another good week of training, but it does put its toll on the body, and the body is sore. I mean, some kind of soreness most of the time, so I need to get in that rest, but I also need to get in that training load. So Ironman 2017, I'm undecided which one I'm going to do yet. I don't know whether I'll do it abroad, I don't know whether I'll do one here in the UK, I really don't know. But as I say, if I achieve my goal of 10 hours or not, it really doesn't matter. I really want to to raise as much money for rheumatoid arthritis as I can, and I'll be keeping you posted on that. I would do one this year if I could, but my swimming's really not there. I only started swimming in September. It's very, very technical, very difficult. Never really learned as a child, so that is again another motivation to get in the pool. My elbow's healing up quite nicely now. Probably, I mean, that's in less than 2 weeks as well. So yeah, probably have more protein than Bernard Matthews' farm, to be fair, for that to heal up so quick. A little insight into how much protein we have, I think, as triathletes as well. So on that note, I am going to leave you. Sorry it's not being quite as witty or banterful as previous posts, but I just wanted to get home a couple of key messages and a bit of an insight into how I train and what I do on a weekly basis, triathlon wise, and also talk about GCC and Ironman. So yeah, thank you for tuning in again, and I'll hopefully see you soon.